recording. All right, yes. Yeah, more people can hear me, perfect. All right, let's get started. It's time to start live. Currently this week, personally didn't enter many trades. I was sticking to my plan, looking for high quality setups. I sent you most of the setups that I was looking at. And those are the trades that I executed. Same with GBUSD yesterday, that after I moved to break even, I hit my break even. With that being said, during this live trading session, you can ask me any question. As always, for those of you who are new, if you want me to take a look at your charts, you need to send the link of your chart and I will take a look and then tell you what I think about it, basically. Now, so far, I just go over some pairs. Overall, we have EURUSD right here, touching this supply. Of course, there is a higher supply, which is very interesting. I don't know if you took a look at the backtesting file, but this order block manipulates and breaks structure to the downside. So this is a very good order block. Of course, also this one was a good order block that was also at a premium price level right here. And therefore we were looking for sells. But again, we were consolidating a lot, therefore it was not very easy to execute these sells. Now, CAD-JPY wasn't really interested in looking at possible trades into CAD-JPY. As you can see, is very messy price action. The only clear move that we have is this move to the upside, this strong retracement. But I was not really interested into this setup overall. NZD, JPY, this is the chart that I sent. This is a trade that we missed. I saw on this was our key area. We reached it. I didn't execute buys from here. I was waiting for confirmation. We had confirmation right here, breaking to the upside. This supply is failing. This demand is in control. I was looking for buys from demand. I was considering this low as a liquidity low, and then we just didn't grab it. We just respected this low and went to the upside. So I didn't get triggered. My order didn't trigger. Therefore, no trade on NZD JPY just by a few pips. These are about 6 pips. Didn't get triggered for 6 pips, but this could have been an amazing trade, 1 to 5. Let's see, we have some questions already. When do we move to break even? It depends. If there are news, I try to be break even before news. If there are not news and we just create, we just break structure, then I usually move break even. I will try to show you more examples. For example, here, if we get triggered and we made this move to the upside, after breaking this structure with this move to the upside, I will move it to break even if my order block down here is mitigated. So for example, if there is an order block here, then I might not move it to break even after we have the second break structure right here, for example. How do you backtest your strategy? You go on TradingView, you use the replay function, and you backtest your strategy step by step. When can we expect lower timeframes entries backtesting file? I just shared yesterday the higher timeframes point of interest. You should study that a lot and refine that. You can be profitable with what you have already. There are hundreds of students being profitable with the course and with the refinement that I'm sharing, and I'm sharing every single day case studies. So I will just do a backtesting file for lower timeframes, but everything you need is already here. If you have doubts about lower timeframes, go to case studies. You can see my case studies right here, both for losses and wins, and you just go over that and explain my reasoning behind every trade, basically. So of course, I will share the backtesting file probably next month during March. First, I need to, I did backtest already. I have a backtesting file already for the lower timeframes entries, but at the same time, I need to do many more examples to share with you. We have some charts, AUD, NZD. I see this trend line. Okay, this is trend line liquidity, kinda, yeah. I would draw it more considering these points, but anyway, you're taking this order block below liquidity. Overall, this is good. This is an order block that manipulates this previous low and breaks to the upside. So this order block is very good. Also, you are looking to buy below this low, considering this low as liquidity. So this is overall very good. I like it. The only thing I don't like here is that the pair is AUD NZD, which I don't like to trade, and I don't trade at all. But other than that, it's good. We have some more analysis, so we will just take a look at the analysis from members right now. Gold. If these are all your trades and you got all these trades, this is great. Overall, I see that you're following market structure with the Asian range. This is very good. Also here, break to the upside, retracement to demand, which is in control after breaking supply. This is overall everything on the 1 minute. And of course, 1 minute can be very confusing, can change structure a lot, but overall, this is great. I don't know if these are just markups or trades that you actually took, but yeah. New York session is also about to start, and we should see some momentum kick in after it starts. So here we have GBP CHF, I believe. We have manipulation to the upside, taking liquidity of this previous high and break to the downside. So this is a very good order block with imbalance. And here liquidity of both the highs and trend lines. So this is great. I will look for sells too. Could you please tell about RSI set that you use? I don't use RSI. If you see it on my trading view, it is not for trading. It's just because I write some things. I write some affirmations on my RSI. I just, for example, one thing that I write is, for example, I enter only one position per trade. If you see more entries is one position overall, one position total. Another one is I always stick to my risk management. It's just that I can write those things on the RSI. It is not that I'm using the RSI. I just use it to write things that help me be more disciplined. Maybe I'm missing some messages. Maybe I'm missing some charts from some members. If I am, please send them again. It's just that there are many messages in the chat right now, and I'm trying to take a look at all of them. NZD, USD, I just see a supply and a line to the downside. I mean, I don't see where this supply is coming from, but overall, if this is a good supply and you had good confirmation, then you should have entered already. By the time we are already here, could already be too late because the smaller direction is still bullish, just like JPUSD. I'm pretty sure that I'm missing some charts. So if I am, I'm sorry. There are just many messages in the chat. This is okay, perfect. NZD USD. I prefer this chart better overall, and I will wait for the higher order block in this case. I'm appreciating that many people are taking the time to send their chart here, so I take a look at all of them. GP, JPY, 15 minutes, took buys from here. I don't see from where, but overall they went nice. Took sells from here. Overall direction looks bearish, at least from what I see right here. I need to go on my chart and check. But yeah, break to the downside right here. Retracement to supply, which is in control after breaking demand. Sells from 0.5. And now this after, yeah, I just wouldn't execute these on a Friday. I will look at these from Monday on. This again, GP CAD 3 minutes. I don't know about the 3 minutes. I will need to look at higher time frame setup. Let's go to GP CAD. Oh, where are you? You are right here. Are you trading from this? And you're looking at 3 minutes. No, for me, I will only execute this trade if we have this confirmation. For now, on the 1 minute, you might say, yes, we do have this, and I agree with you. We broke to the downside, retraced, grabbed the liquidity of this high, sells from here. If you took this sells, great. But overall, I prefer a bigger confirmation right here. Euro CHF, keep in mind that Euro CHF is not a pair that I trade at all. But yeah, this is great. I mean, I don't know if you're sending me the chart just to show me that you're executing good trades, but this is a great trade. Overall, here we have break the structure to the downside. This is the supply that is breaking the structure. Let me see something. Yes, perfect. Could have been either this supply or the higher supply as you marked out. So that was perfect. Personally, I would like to see this higher supply since it is the supply that grabs liquidity and breaks structure. But again, this concept of grabbing liquidity and breaking structure works best on the pairs that I told you, on the pairs that I'm talking about in the backtesting file. So your CHF is a little bit different. And in fact, it was holding this supply with imbalance. You just enter with pending order. This is still great. If you add the lower time frames confirmation, even better, but overall, very good trade. Euro JPY. Oh, damn. 15 minutes. I don't know. I wouldn't just trade based on that. Let me see. As you know, you always need multi-time frame analysis. Multi-time frame analysis is key. So here we have Euro JPY, and personally, if I have to give you my opinion, I will not look for sales from this supply. I really don't, personally, I don't like this supply. The current range is, high time frame range is from down here to up here. Now, if you look more zoomed in, the range is from up here to down here. Okay, and we are already in sales from this supply, which is the supply that broke structure. So if I miss that opportunity, in order to enter again, I will need to see this low be taken out, and then I look for sales. But for now, we are here. These were great trades because let me show you the difference. If you are here, we already broke structure and retraced to supply. But now, if we are not here and price develops this way, we don't have confirmation that we are continuing bearish. We are still inside this range and we haven't broke structure to the downside. What I would like to see is break, coming back, and then looking for sales. Of course, you might be correct. I'm not saying that you're not correct. It's just what I would prefer to see when I'm trading on my setups. Do you take Friday trades? Of course, there is no problem with Friday. Friday is always good. I'm just saying I prefer to trade London on Friday, but overall I'm trading both London and New York. But if I have to trade on Friday, I prefer to trade London. Now AUD/JPY, again, AUD/JPY is not really on my watch list, but if I would have to enter this trade, I would just look at it from up here, from I will consider this high as a liquidity high. If we push higher and we mitigate maybe 15 minutes over the block, you will need to look at the 15 minutes right here. Then I will enter from up here, not really from here, but this is just me. Again, I might be wrong. This is just how I trade. Of course, maybe we come here, we reject, we continue to the upside, to the downside, and this would have been a miss trade for me. But I'm really, really strict with my plan, and I only execute what my setups basically. Is Asian session the best to trade? No, I trade London and New York, as I just said. How do you backtest? Do you look at all timeframes? It depends. Depends what you're backtesting. Sometimes I backtest one concept. So for example, just higher timeframes order blocks. So only 1 hour order blocks, which are the best order blocks, just like the backtesting file that I sent you. Sometimes I backtest some other concepts. For example, London manipulation after Asian range, and that I backtest it only on the 15 minutes. But these are just concepts that are part of my overall strategy. Some other times I backtest the whole strategy, which means that I start from the 4 hours and I do all the steps. So 4 hours direction, 1 hour direction plus plus order blocks. And then once we reach my key areas, I look for the lower timeframes entries. So yes, I go on lower timeframes, usually 5 or 3 minutes. Sometimes I use the 1 minute, but when I do backtesting, I look 5 and 3 minutes. And then I just keep track on how my my strategy is working, basically. Now someone is asking for backtesting software or website. I just recommend TradingView is the best. I know you have to pay, but overall, honestly, if I have to say my opinion, if you have the motivation to become a trader, then you should just pay for TradingView. It's not that expensive. Of course, I understand that it might be expensive for some people, but overall, this is trading. And if you need to, if you want to improve, then you also need to make some investments. There is another website, which is Forex Thrive. I will write it here, but it is not as good. It is free, but it's not as good as TradingView. It's more confusing, doesn't have all the data. TradingView is just the best. So what does ELLI mean? I explained it in the beginning of 2.0. It means manipulation. Please show me how to backtest right now. And you wrote it 4 times. Okay, I will show you, but chill. Okay, so for example, I want to backtest. I will do a quick explanation. If I want to backtest, I go here, click on replay, go back. I don't know. Go back and I clear my charts. So I will have to take everything off. But anyway, right now, this is a quick explanation and I would just see what's happening. So here, what's happening? Here we broke structure to the upside. And what else? Supply failed. I do my analysis just like if it was live market, doesn't make any difference. Supply fails, demand is in control, at least to how I view the market. Then I will go on lower timeframes. What is lower timeframes saying? Lower timeframes is still giving us, well, here we had a possible entry actually, because here this is very small, but it is, we go 1 pip below the structure and we break to the upside. So this was the supply in control, even if it was just by 1 pip. And therefore we could have entered, if supply fails, we could have entered from demand. This would have been my buy on back testing, possibly from the beginning, stop loss below here, and take profit either at this supply or higher, depends on the risk reward ratio. Let's target this supply right here. And then whatever happens, maybe I hit a stop loss, maybe I hit a take profit. Let's see. So of course, you also need your rules on when you go break even. Now we break this structure. So after breaking this structure, now I will be break even. So if we come back, it is a break even for me. Oh, this is taking long. And take profit. Okay, so this will be my take profit. And you need to create a file, just like I did for my backtesting file. You can go on Notion, is notion.com. Let me show you. I'll write this down too. It's free, notion.com, and you keep note of your trades. So you write, you just do the same, just look at my backtesting file here, and you can do it similar. You write pair, so in this case would be Euro AUD, long or short. In this case will be long. Setup type, if you want to write it, you don't have to, but it's more for Confluence. Time of the day in which you entered the trade. Let's go and check. Time of the day would have been, in this case, I didn't look at that. In this case, I will not take the trade because it's outside my time. But usually when you backtest, you take a look at this. Maybe it's New York, maybe it's London. So take a look at that. Then you go back to your backtesting file, screenshot before, screenshot after. So before it's happening and after it happened, result, break even, partial, loss, win, and note, like what could you have done better or what you did correctly, okay? Will you upload today's video? Yes. I will answer the last questions and then we're done for this live trading. I know today we didn't really find any trade, is because I'm not looking for any trade. So that's the reason. What do I look for finding the ICT kill zones? You just write on indicators, ICT kill zones, but make sure, as I said on my video, on my course, you find them, they will look different. They will look different than this. And it's because you need to go on style and copy this, because I took out some of these that, as you can see, were extra. I took out these and I didn't keep all of these. I only keep this one, and this one, and that's it. So you need to copy it. Of course, first time you will add them to the chart, they will look different, but then you need to go on the settings and put the same if you want them the same as me, okay? What pairs for the next week? I don't know, man. I don't know yet. I will look on Sunday. On weekend, I backtest and then I prepare for the next week. Okay, with that being said, this is all for this live. I hope you liked it. I always try to make it as helpful as possible for all of you. And thank you for connecting. I'll see you, well, during the weekend and on Monday. Oh, someone said I'm left unanswered. Maybe I didn't see your question. There were many questions. I did. Can you ask it? Can you ask again? Because I didn't see. Oh, is it you trying to get me joining trading session on Instagram? No, there are many fake profiles. Don't fall for scams. Don't fall for scams. If you were left unanswered, I'm sorry. As I said, there were many questions. I was not able to check all of them. Can you explain about your trading time and backtesting time? But man, I explained that in my course. My trading time is London and New York session, and my backtesting time is whenever I want. Whenever I want, I backtest, and that's it. As much as possible, of course. The more you backtest, the more you get better. Can you check this one? AUD USD. No, I will look for this order block. I don't like trading from here. It's just my preference. Maybe I missed the trade and maybe we will drop, but I will just look for this higher one. How do you time the lower time frame entry? I don't need to time it. Whenever we reach, I put an alert at my higher time frame zone right here. Once we touch it, I go to lower time frames and I start looking for confirmation. That's all. I wait for my key area, my higher time frames key area. And then once we reach it, because I have an alert, I can put alert this way. Wait, not during backtesting. I can put an alert like here. I have an alert. Once we reach it, my alert goes off and I start looking for confirmation. That's all I do. I'm not using, if limit orders are part of your plan, that you can use limit orders. I personally use limit orders after I have confirmation, unless it's a very, very good key area. With that being said, thank you everyone for watching. I'll see you next time.